This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. Hello, all. Good evening. Welcome back. Welcome to the session of DevOps. Right. It's already 8:03, right? So let us start the session. So everyone able to see my screen? Can anyone confirm?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Ram.
Yes. Yes.
Fine. Yeah. So before starting session, as I would like to introduce myself. So I want to introduce myself. So my name is Ram. I'm having 16 years of experience in IT. Last 7.5 years, I'm working on DevOps practices, and I'm working on multiple projects governed by the DevOps technologies. Fine. Let us start the session. Yeah. In this session, we'll try to understand what is DevOps, who can learn DevOps, and job opportunities. What are the different things we can achieve in the DevOps? What are the roles and responsibilities of DevOps engineer in real-time projects? Fine. Basically, what is DevOps? If anyone asks you this question, what would be your answer? What is DevOps? Fine. So DevOps is the set of practices that combines the software development and IT operations, right? It is a set of practices. Fine. Yeah. So where the multiple tools are connected to each other to perform automation of all the activities. What is automation? Anyone having idea? Automation is nothing but so
In
whatever
testing,
currently,
sir.
sorry.
Things to be done automatically.
Yeah. So whatever activities we are currently working on, manual activities, right? So those we can do in automated way. By single click, we can deploy code. By single click, we can deploy n number of applications. By single click, we can perform so many activities by using automation, right? Yeah. So it's a continuous deployments, continuous integration, continuous testing, and continuous monitoring. So what is deployments? What is integration? What is testing? What is monitoring? We'll see in other slides. Fine. Yeah. Let us go with little bit history of DevOps. DevOps arena started nearly in 2008. So DevOps is not a new process. It was very old practices. It was started in 2008, right? Yeah. So by the time in 2008, we used to use very old tools, which are Puppet was the one of the tool to automate the activities, right? So Puppet is Microsoft tool. So by using Puppet, we used to do the automation, right? Yeah, here we have two sections. One is developer point of view, another one is operations. So what is developer? The person who is developing the code, who is building the applications, who is preparing source code is nothing but developer, right? So operations are nothing but it's a collection of all these servers, collection of all the devices which are hosted in the data center. So what is data center? Data center is nothing but it is a server room, so where the servers are hosted, right? So every organization will have some server room, data center. So in that server room all the servers will be hosted, so backup devices will be hosted, load balancers will be hosted, right? Switches, network will be hosted, right? Fine. Yeah, let us take small example here, small Java project. So we are talking about data centers, right? So let us take small example, so small Java project here. So if you want to start any project, right? So very first thing what we required server setup, servers, right? So servers, who will set up the servers? Servers will be set up by admins, right? Admins will set up the servers. So can you mute everyone? Can you mute yourself, everyone? Yeah. Admins will set up the servers. So because developers will not have any knowledge on servers to set up, right? So admins will set up the servers. Like in servers, when we talk about servers, different server groups are available: local servers, development servers, UAT servers, reprod servers, production servers. So why we require this many groups? Because Once developer develop the code in local servers, they don't directly deploy on production. So before deploying into production, some testing phase will be happened. The code should be tested, right? So in testing environments, development servers, UAT servers, so testing will be happened, right? So finally, once testing is happened, then the code will be deployed on production servers, right? So admins will prepare the servers, they will hand over the servers to developers, so that development will be started. Fine. Yeah. So for example, these three developers. Three developers are working on same requirement. So developer one, developer two, developer three, right? So three are working on same requirement, same application, right? So when we are working on our local workspace, this is local system, right? It can be desktop or laptop. So when we are working on local laptop or desktop, means local workspace, we don't find any issues. So when we develop any code, so actually as a DevOps engineer, we should not develop any code. Okay, so just giving example here. So when developer developing the code or anything in their local workspace, right? Yeah, in local workspace, when developer develop the code, they will not face any issues. So when they merge to integrated servers means development servers, UAT servers, production servers, pre-prod servers. These are the integrated servers. So when the code is merged to integrated servers, the actual issues will be appear, right? So because, for example, in my laptop, if I create any folder in my desktop, if I add any files in the folder, if I remove any folder, if I remove any folders or files, I don't face any issues. But whenever I merge to integrated servers, there will see the actual issues. Fine. Yeah. See here, developers developers are developing the code, right? Testers are testing the code, admins will prepare the servers. So who will push the code from one environment to other environment? So normally here local workspace, when developer develop the code, so once testing is completed, they will push the code to integrated servers, right? So once the code is moved to integrated servers, so the code should be merged like this from development servers to UAT servers, UAT to pre-prod servers, pre-prod to production servers. This code will be merged by DevOps engineers. This is one of the DevOps engineer roles, right? So DevOps engineer will not develop any code. DevOps engineer will not test any code. So DevOps engineer role is not development role, not testing role, not admin role. So DevOps engineer role is a different role. So DevOps engineer will do automation. He will work on Jenkins server. He will prepare some jobs. He will trigger some jobs. He will merge the code. He will pull the code. He will push the code. Right? So DevOps engineer role is different role. It is not admin role. It is not development role. So DevOps engineer will coordinate with developers, testers, admins. Fine. Yeah. So we are talking about code movement, right? Code merging. So let us go and check with DevOps tools. Okay. Using DevOps tools, how the code will be moved from one stage to other stage. Okay. Fine. So this is Git local. So Git and GitHub. This is a Git repository, right? So this is the local repository. This is a remote repository. So basically, what is Git? This is the first tool in DevOps. Okay, Git is the first tool in DevOps. This is completely developer tool, right? So basically, what is Git? So Git is a repository tool or version control tool. What is a repository? So where we save our data, where we save our source code is nothing but repository. It can be any data. It can be binary files, image files, video files, any data. So where we store our data is nothing but repository, right? So version control system. What is version control? Right? Here we have some parameters. So it will track the versioning, right? So we have some parameters like who did changes, when did changes, what purpose they did changes. So based on these comments, Git will track the versioning. For example, who did changes? Ram did changes. When did changes? By 8 p.m. IST did some changes. What purpose he did changes? Due to some production issue, did some changes, right? So based on these comments, Git will track the versioning. Because in Java or any other application, the code will be like 100 lines, 200 lines will be there. For example, one developer wrote the code today. After 1 month, come back and check. So he may not understand who wrote this code. To avoid that confusion, Git will track the versioning. Git will provide you version control system. So based on this version control system, we can easily track the changes, right? Yeah, can you mute everyone? Hello. So some background noise is coming here. Can you mute everyone? Yeah, because the recording will be disturbed. Okay. Can you mute everyone? Fine. Yeah. Fine. So here in local Git, developers will develop the code. So once development is completed, testing is completed, the code will be pushed to a remote repository, which is GitHub. Okay. So why should we move the code to remote repository? What is the importance here? Right. So because from remote server, Jenkins will pull the code. So this is CI/CD process, continuous integration, continuous delivery process, right? So in CI/CD process, so normally we use Jenkins. So because all the tools are individual tools. In DevOps, we have so many tools available, right? So all the tools are individual tools. One tool will not communicate other tool, right? So once developer push the code to remote repository, so our next tool is Jenkins, right? So what is Git? We understand, right? Git is a repository tool or version control tool, right? Fine. Next tool here is in the flow. Next tool is Jenkins. So Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. It is a CI/CD tool. It's a continuous integration, continuous delivery tool. So in DevOps, we have different tools available. So all the tools are individual tools. One tool will not communicate other tool, right? So here Jenkins will integrate all the tools. It will communicate all the tools by installing plugins. For example, my code is available in GitHub. I want to pull this code from GitHub to Jenkins, right? So for which what I will do, I prepare some job here. I write some job and I trigger the job. So when I trigger the job, this code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins, right? So Jenkins receive the code. Once the Jenkins is received the code which we received, which is a raw code. Raw code means unstructured code. So raw code will be received by Jenkins. That raw codes we cannot directly deploy on production servers, application servers, right? So this raw code will not understand by Tomcat server or application server, right? So that is why we are integrating one more tool, which is Maven, right? So why we require Maven? What is Maven? So Maven is a build tool. So Maven is a build tool, so which will generate artifacts. Artifact is nothing but archive file. Archive file means binary file, zip file, right? So Maven will generate archive file as a single file. So once it is generate archive file, so it will give back to Maven will give back to Jenkins. Jenkins will push that artifact to target servers, right? Here deployment will be we deploy the artifacts in the application servers, right? So the code will be deployed on application servers. So application server can be Tomcat server, JBoss server, WebLogic server, WebSphere server, whatever, as per your requirement, right? So Jenkins will push the raw code to Maven. Maven will generate as a artifact as a single file. It will give back to Jenkins. Jenkins will push that artifact to target servers. Here we deploy the code. Fine. Any questions up to here? Anyone? Is it clear to you?
Sir, once tell Sir Jenkins. Sir.
Yeah, fine. So Jenkins is a mediator tool. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. It is very advanced tool, right? So currently we have so many tools available in the market. So like Jenkins, right? So Jenkins is a CI/CD tool, right? So it will integrate all the tools. It will communicate all the tools by installing plugin. For example, so my code is available on GitHub. So I want to pull this code from GitHub to Jenkins. So if I want to pull this code from GitHub to Jenkins, first I have to install GitHub plugin in Jenkins. First I have to install GitHub plugin in Jenkins. So when I install GitHub plugin in Jenkins, So Jenkins will start communicating GitHub. So if I want to push the code to Maven, like not Maven or Tomcat server. So first I have to install plugin here. Plugin means it is a installer, some package. So once you install the package, so Jenkins will communicate the respective tools. So without installing plugins, we cannot communicate, right? So that is why we have to install plugin when you want to communicate any tools, right? So it is a mediator tool. Jenkins is a mediator tool. It will integrate all the tools. It will communicate all the tools by installing plugins, right? Clear to you, right? Any questions? Anyone?
Clear, sir. Clear. Thank you.
Others, any questions? Anyone? Up to here.
Sir, can you please show us some examples?
Sorry, can you come again?
Some examples, anything like that.
Your voice is not audible. Your voice is not audible.
Can you show
Sir,
us some
what is the
examples?
role of GitHub tool, sir?
Yeah, GitHub role. Fine. So basically, GitHub role is GitHub is a remote server, right? So when developer develop the code in their local workspace, once development is completed, testing is completed, they will push the code to remote repository, which is GitHub. So why we require remote repository? So Jenkins will pull the code from remote repositories only. It will not pull the code from local repositories. So that is why. So we can use remote servers. So like GitHub or BitLab or Gitbucket. So we have so many tools available in the market. So GitHub is very popular tool. So very advanced tool, right? It will store the data from GitHub. Jenkins will pull the data, the code, whatever code available. Right?
So in our life work, like when we start working on this, so when we will get this plugins, like from where we will get, how we will get that plugin to start
Yes.
working, like
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Can you mute everyone?
Ram, am I audible right? Clearly?
Yes, 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 I can answer you. Can you mute? Some background noise is coming. Yeah,
Okay.
fine. So where we get the plugins, how can we install the plugins? You are asking, right? Yeah. So in Jenkins, we have available plugins option. So all the plugins available in the Jenkins. So that we can select and we can install. If that if the plugin is not available in Jenkins, we have to download the plugin. We have to upload into Jenkins. We can install in Jenkins, right?
Do
So that
you
I'll show
do
you.
do you
Yeah.
have any interface of GitHub, like so you can show us how it will work, how it like how we will pull the file from there and pull the file from there and initiate?
Yeah, yeah. So this is a high level architecture. So when we
So
discuss
please,
about definitely we'll go deep dive, right? So GitHub,
All right.
yeah. So because this is a demo session, right? So I am showing high level architecture, right? So I
Yes.
quickly
See,
GitHub.
this is an overview for us. Thing is like if we are going to work on live projects, right?
Yes, yes, yes. This is GitHub interface. See here, this is GitHub account.
Okay.
This is my
So
account.
here we'll get all the plugins where we have to install it.
Plugins will be available in Jenkins itself. Okay.
Okay.
So these are
So
the
how we will
repositories.
go
if
in?
you don't mind, if you don't mind, in the end of the session, you simply create a job and explain us all for 4 5 minutes.
In Jenkins, you are asking, right?
Yeah, create a job and simply explain us all. Everyone will get everything from
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely. So when we discuss about Jenkins, we'll go deep dive. Jenkins will take 8 hours nearly, right? So because this is high
here.
level architecture, if I start working on Jenkins, it will take another 15-20 minutes, right? So we cannot discuss all
Yeah.
these things. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So you can
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah. While working on Jenkins, definitely we'll go deep dive. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Ram.
Yeah. Fine. Fine. Yeah, so here Maven will generate as a artifacts as a single file. It will give back to Jenkins. Jenkins will push that artifact to application server. Here deployment will be happen, right? Yeah. So artifact is nothing but archive file, binary file, zip file, right? For example, in your laptop, you have 100 documents available. So I asked to send those, I asked you to send me those documents to me, right? So you have 100 PDF documents in your laptop. I asked those documents to send to me. So how can we send that documents? How can you send that? What is the simplest way to send those documents to me?
First, we'll compress that files, like we'll archive that or we'll make it in zip jar file. We'll make it a jar file or zip file. Then we will attach into the like in a mail, and then we'll send it.
Exactly, right? So instead of
Yes.
attaching all the documents, so what we will
Mm-hmm.
do, so we'll convert into zip file as a single file. So we can attach that file into email and we can send it across. So if I want to read those documents, I can unzip and I can read the documents, right? The same way, here Maven also same functionality will work here. So when Maven receive the code from GitHub, sorry, Jenkins, so which is raw code. Raw code will not understand by application servers. That is why Maven will convert into archive file as a single file. So once it is converted into archive file, it will give back to Jenkins. Jenkins will push that archive file to application servers. Then in application servers, the deployment will be happened, right? So this is the build and release process. Normally every project teams they are using currently, right? In our project also we are using this build and release process, right? So most of the project team they are using CI/CD process. This is CI/CD process. Fine. So this is a deployment process. Fine. So currently we have advanced tools available in the market. We have advanced tools. So let us go. So this is end-to-end process. Yeah, currently we have very advanced tools which are like Ansible, Chef, and Puppet, right? So these are the automation tools, configuration management tools, right? So Puppet is not using in projects currently. This is very old tool. Chef also some 20% of the project teams they are using. So they are slowly migrating to Ansible. So currently 80% of the project teams they are using Ansible. So Ansible is a advanced tool. So this is very core tool, very secure tool, right? To deploy the code, so most of the project teams they are using Ansible also, right? So let us go and discuss about Ansible. So before discussing about Ansible, I give you small requirement here. Okay, yeah, for example, we have 1,000 servers, so we have to install Java on 1,000 servers. Install Java on 1,000 servers, right? So these 1,000 servers are not automation servers. These are physical servers or virtual servers. These are manual servers. We are not using any scripts. We are not using any automation here. Okay. So on these 1,000 servers, so I want to install Java. So what are the steps I have to follow? What are the steps we have to follow here to install Java on 1,000 servers? So these are physical or virtual servers, manual servers. How can we install Java?
Go individually and install one by one.
Yeah. So we have to go individual servers. We have to log in first. We have to give username, password, right? So we have to follow these steps, right? Yeah. First, we have to connect server, right? Connect server. So by using RDP, remote desktop, or PuTTY. If the server is a Linux server, we connect through PuTTY. If the server is Windows server, we connect through RDP, right? First, we have to connect the server. After that, we have to log in. Log in using username and password. We have to use username and password. So we have to log in into the server. So let us take one server only, single server. How can we perform? So we'll try to understand, right? So first I connect server using RDP or PuTTY. So based on the operating system, right? So log into server by using username or password. After that, so I can check whether Java installed or not. So if the Java is not installed, so we have to install, right? To install Java, we require some package. Java package required, right? So first we have to check the package, where we get the package, right? So normally in real-time projects, we don't use any pen drives. We don't use any CD drives. Also, we don't download from internet, right? So whatever Java packages or any other packages, we should not download from internet. We should not use pen drives, right? So because firewalls will be there in real-time projects, firewalls will be there. So how can we get this package, right? So in real-time projects, we use share folders, central repositories. From share folder, we can copy the software. Copy software from share folder, right? So these are the central repositories. All the packages, plugins, everything will be saved inside of the share folders, right? So we can copy software from share folders, right? So once we copy software from share folders to target server, so next we have to install Java, right? Once install the Java, we have to set environment variables, right? So without setting environment variables, so Java will not work, right? So that is why we have to set the environment variables. So once we set the environment variables, finally we have to reboot server. So once we reboot the server, Java will be configured properly, right? Then we can start working. Developers will start working on that. Fine. So this is the process to deploy the Java on single server, right? So if you have 1,000 servers, what we will do here? 1,000 times you have to log in, right? 1,000 times you have to give username password, right? 1,000 times you have to install, right, softwares. So we have to copy softwares, right, 1,000 times. Fine. Yeah. So if any person, for example, 2 to 3 years experience guy, 2 to 3 years experience guy, so you want to install Java on single server, 2 to 3 years experience guy, how much time he will take to perform this activity?
Around 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, so maybe 20 minutes he will take, 20 minutes. So 2 to 3 years experience guy will take 20 minutes, right? So if the person is expert, he may take 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes. Let us say 10 minutes only. 10 minutes. 10 into, we have 1,000 servers, right? So 10,000 minutes it will take to perform the Java deployment, right? For 1,000 servers, if you want to deploy Java, it will take 10,000 minutes, right? So in real-time projects, when we receive any request or ticket, so we'll have some SLA. What is SLA? Anyone having idea?
Service agreement.
Yes, it is a service level agreement, right? So when we
Yes.
receive any request or ticket, so every ticket will have service level agreement, which is SLA. SLA means it is a timeline. Within the time frame, we have to close the ticket. Otherwise, what will happen? Ticket will be breached,
Escalate.
means escalated, right? So in tickets also different tickets are there. P1 tickets, P2 tickets, P3 tickets, P4 tickets, like priority 1, priority 2, priority
Prior,
3, right?
priority
So
one.
based on the priority, we have to close the ticket. So if the ticket is priority 1, within 1 hour we have to clear that. If the ticket is priority 2, within 4 hours we have to close. The ticket is priority 3, within 24 hours we have to close. Priority 4, 48 hours, right? Based on the priority. So we have to close the tickets, right? So here, for example, this Java installation, so it is taking 10,000 minutes, right? Means it will take use time. Fine. So one activity, one Java deployment activity on 1,000 servers, it will take 10,000 minutes. So this type of request every day will get so many requests in real time, right? So if you are performing this way, manual way, it will take days, weeks also. So to avoid this situation, we have automation tools which are Ansible, Chef and Puppet. Right? So these are the tools available. Currently we are using Ansible only. These tools are not required, right? So the same requirement, Java deployment on 1,000 servers using Ansible, how can we achieve? We'll try to understand, right? So here, first what we have to do, First, we have to configure Ansible server. This is Ansible server. Right. First, we have to configure Ansible server. So once we configure Ansible server, we have here 1000 servers available, right? Yeah. So these are the development servers are dev servers. We have 300 servers. QA servers, we have 300 servers. Production servers, we have 400 servers. So on this 1000 servers, I want to deploy Java, right? Yeah. First, I have to configure Ansible. After that, I have to authenticate from Ansible server to this development servers, UAT servers, QA servers, right? So here we use authentication method is SSH authentication. We use SSH authentication. So in SSH authentication, we have two types of authentications available, which are like key-based authentication, and second one is user-based authentication. So two types of authentications available here, key-based and user-based. So in real-time projects, we use key-based authentication only. In our test lab also, we can use key-based authentication, right? Yeah. So to establish this authentication, so what we will do here, we create one key here. Command here is keygen. Keygen is the command to generate one public key. So in Ansible server, what we will do, we generate one public key. So that public key we can paste here, right? Here in target servers, we paste here. So once we pasted here, this authentication will be established, right? So once authentication is established, okay, next one is what we have to do. Next one is we have to prepare inventory groups. What is inventory? Anyone having idea? What is inventory? Inventory is nothing but it is a server information, right? Yeah. So we have to prepare inventory groups for development server, QA server, production servers, right? So why we require inventory? To deploy the applications on target servers, right? Here we can prepare three inventory groups like dev group. Dev group we can create and we can give dev server IP addresses here. We have 300 IP addresses, right? We have to provide all the IPs here. Next one is QA group. We can prepare QA group. We can provide all IPs here, right? And also production product group. We can create, we can give all IPs here, right? So whatever IP addresses are available, so all the IPs we have to provide here, right? So like this, we have to prepare inventory groups, right? So why we require this group? Single group is enough, right? So why we need to go for different groups? For example, development team required development applications. So by the time we can segregate this, we can use only development group. QA servers required some testing tools, testing packages, right? So by the time we can select only QA. Production servers required some critical applications. So by the time we can select prod application, prod servers, right? So like this, we can prepare inventory groups. So once we prepare this inventory groups, so after that, we have to prepare .yml script. .yml script, which is very simple script, user-friendly script. I'll show you that. Okay. So which is nothing but playbooks. Playbook. We have to prepare playbooks. Playbooks are .yml script. Okay. To deploy the Java, we have to prepare this YAML script, right? Yeah. So this YAML script we have to prepare to deploy the Java. So what is the YAML script? I'll show you now. Simple YAML script I'll show you to deploy the Java. How can we prepare YAML script? Go down here, playbook samples. Click on this. See here, to deploy the Java, this is only the script. Okay, so this 3 lines are syntax. This syntax is common for all the scripts. See here, this is other playbook, syntax is same. This is another playbook, syntax is same, right? This is another playbook, syntax is same. So this syntax is common for all the playbooks, right? So this is the actual script. Copy this and paste here. Yeah, this is the script, YAML script, right? So this is first line is for our understanding. Basically, this is not required. This is the actual script. To deploy the Java, this is only the script. M column name equal to Java hyphen 1.7.0 hyphen open JDK space state equal to present. So this is the actual script to deploy the Java, right? So once we prepare the script, simple script, right? So if you want, for example, if you want to uninstall the Java, so to deploy the Java, to install the Java, we use this script, right? To uninstall the Java, so in place of present, we can give absent here, absent to uninstall the Java, right? Fine. So once we prepare the script, what we will do, we connect dev environment. If you want to deploy Java development environment, we can give dev only, right? So if you want to deploy Java dev and QA, we can give like this. If you want to deploy Java on all the servers, you can give all and trigger the playbook. Once you trigger the playbook, Java will be installed on all the servers within 5 minutes only. So not only 1,000 servers, if you have 10,000 servers also, we can deploy Java within 5 minutes only, right? So once Java is deployed, so we'll get some report. How many servers are deployed? So how many servers are failed? How many servers are unreachable? Right? 99% servers will be deployed because we use cloud servers, right? Cloud servers will not be down anywhere, right? So cloud servers will be accessible. So it will be deployed, right? So once we deploy this Java, right? So we can get the report. Based on the report, how many servers are deployed, how many servers are failed, how many servers are unreachable. We can verify and we can check that report, right? So not only 1,000 servers, if you have 10,000 servers, 20,000 servers also, you can spin up within 5 minutes only, right? So here 10,000 minutes it is taking, right, to deploy Java on 1,000 servers. This is manual process. This is automation. By using Ansible, we can deploy Java within 5 minutes only on n number of servers. There is no limitation. Any questions here? Anyone?
To
Yeah,
deploy
one
this,
question.
yes, to deploy
Yeah,
this.
one question.
Okay, okay, go ahead, go ahead. I'll.
So not only Java, for if you go any application, if it is reboot is required, can you schedule here? Suppose you cannot restart all the systems in the same time. Why? Because users are will work.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you
Fine.
schedule the reboot?
Yes, yes, yes. We can schedule the reboot also. Fine. So here in the YAML script, whatever you want to write, you can write. So we'll get. We have so many. Ansible is providing so many scripts. So Ansible itself, all the scripts are available, right? So you can take the scripts, you can customize. So you can schedule that reboots also. So not only Java installation, any package, even the patches also you can install, right? You can report, you can generate the reports, you can move the data from one place to other place. You can deploy a number of applications, plugins, right? Whatever you want by using
Okay.
Ansible. So whatever manual activities we are performing currently, those we can do in automated way.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Anyone?
So, this all scripts we'll get from Ansible, right? Playbooks.
Yes. Yes. Ansible will provide all the scripts. You can customize that as per the requirement. We have to customize, and we can reuse.
Okay.
It's a very simple scripts, user-friendly scripts. I'll show you while working on Ansible. I'll show you. Ansible is giving one Ansible Galaxy site and Ansible modules. In that, we'll get all the scripts.
So here we don't have to create any scripts, right? Everything we have to get it from playbooks.
Yeah, we no need to write our own. Everything will be
Uh,
available that we can take and we can customize as per the requirement and we can reuse.
okay.
Fine. Yeah. Let us move to next slide. Any other questions, anyone? Before moving to other slide?
Yeah, yeah, hello.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
You said that we have to install in the thousand and n number of servers, right?
Yes.
And before you said that we have to log into each of that servers and we have to install it manually. And after that, if you said that we have to use the Ansible so that we can install all that at a time. So will it ask the login for each time?
No, 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 no. So that is why we are using authentication method here, key-based authentication. Key-based
Yeah.
means, yeah, we can generate one key that will allow you to log in directly without any credentials.
Okay, okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Fine.
That means for all the dev group, only one key-based authentication will be available, or 300 dev keys generations will be there.
One key we can generate in Ansible server. That key we can move to target servers so that authentication will be established. When we deploy any code, directly deploy on target servers. No need to
Okay.
log in manually. No
That
need to.
means
Yeah.
for all dev 300 servers, only one key gen is okay needed.
Yes. Yes. That we use
Who will
only.
write this inventory? Who will write this inventory group? Is it a DevOps developer who need to write, or
DevOps engineer. That is DevOps engineer role. We have to prepare
okay?
inventory
Thank you.
groups. Yeah, we have to prepare YAML script also. So it's very simple scripts, user-friendly scripts.
Hi, Ram. So after this course, can we able to do it from the scratch? For example, in a project, there is no DevOps currently established. So can we able to do from the scratch completely? We can able to build it.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we have live projects. 3 projects are there. So from scratch, you can build. In real-time projects, how we build the CI/CD and how we build the Kubernetes, how we build the Terraform. The same way in our test lab also, we can create from scratch.
Okay, thank you.
Fine. Yeah. So these are the servers, right? So this is Ansible architecture. So this architecture will discuss when we discuss about Ansible, we'll go deep dive. Okay. So this is simple architecture. So very important. So while working on Ansible, we'll discuss about this. Okay. Yeah. So this is Ansible deployments automation process. Fine. Yeah. So some companies, what they are doing, Ansible, they are integrating with Jenkins. Okay, so Jenkins will trigger the job to Ansible. Ansible will deploy the code on target servers. Some companies they are using, but not really require this. So Ansible itself, it can deploy, or else Jenkins also deploy. But Ansible deployments are advanced deployments. Okay, yeah. So in our course, these are the concepts we are going to cover: AWS Cloud, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform. So 3 clouds we are going to cover. So Linux basics also will be covered, right? So once complete the Linux basics, we'll start with DevOps, right? So DevOps CI/CD flow. So Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, Ansible, Nexus, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Apache Tomcat. These are the tools we are going to cover, right? So after that, we'll work on 3 live projects, real-time projects we work on. So one is a CI/CD, complete CI/CD flow, CI/CD with the Git, Jenkins, Maven, Tomcat. Second project is Git, Jenkins, Maven, Kubernetes. Third project is GCP with the Terraform, right?
Excuse
So
me.
three.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
So sorry to interrupt. Are you not going to cover Puppet tools in this?
Puppet is currently not using in projects. Okay, very few
Uh,
projects. Very few
it's
projects.
outdated. You mean?
Yeah, outdated. If you are good in Ansible, you can handle Puppet easily,
All right.
right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Ram, one quick question. What is the difference of this content from AWS DevOps and DevOps. So both are same.
AWS DevOps means basically platform we use AWS, DevOps tools we use in that. So Azure DevOps
So
also,
this
Azure
course is for
platform,
AWS DevOps. Okay?
yeah, AWS, three platforms are there. So we are going to learn three platforms.
Sir,
AWS,
we will understand about AWS and these three cloud services, or we will just be knowing how to integrate all these Jenkins and tools on this server.
yeah. So this AWS, Azure, GCP, it is not full course. Yes, good point. So 15 services we are going to cover on each platform. Can you mute everyone? In AWS and Azure and
Yeah.
GCP, 15
So
services we are going to
DevOps.
cover.
So at the end of the day,
Okay.
sorry,
So yeah, go ahead, please.
sorry,
Go
Ravi,
ahead.
can you repeat?
Yeah. In AWS and
No, no.
Azure and
So
GCP,
end of the day,
yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead. End of the day.
no, Ram. So you please go ahead and I'll ask that question.
Sir, will we get at least to know about any one cloud service properly, like everything about that cloud service, like almost like
Yeah. So actually, so in cloud platforms, AWS, Azure, and GCP, every platform will cover 15 services. Those are enough to you, right? So our target is DevOps. Currently, so cloud with DevOps, if you have, then only can
okay for
easily crack
that
the.
one. Okay. For DevOps, what we need, we'll learn in that cloud services.
Yeah. So I'm explaining that. Can you mute yourself?
So
So some background noise is coming here.
yeah, now can I ask the question now, Ram? So
Yeah.
my
Go ahead,
question
please.
is, can we take this course, right? Can we take an
Hmm.
interview?
Hmm.
Can we attend an interview for the DevOps if there is any
Hmm.
requirement? So because now you are covering cloud, both
Hmm.
all the three, and DevOps. So this course majoritarily covered in the DevOps concept only, right? Not for the cloud to attend the cloud requirement, not for any
Yeah.
AWS cloud.
Actually, yeah. That is your question, right? Can any other questions?
No,
Yeah.
this is my question. Actually, no, you club together cloud and cloud and DevOps.
Hmm.
So which one covers most? And no, so this course is suitable for which role to attend the interviews? That's what my question is. This course to attend the AWS requirement, or is this course to attend the DevOps requirement?
Yes. Good question. So actually, currently the market trend is changed, right? Currently, I'm in. So I used to take interviews. I'm in interview panel, right? Yeah. So I am taking interviews also, right? Yeah. Here, what will happen? So previously, 3 years before, if you have only AWS or only Azure, only GCP, so we used to crack the interviews easily. But currently, the trend has been changed. So DevOps with cloud required currently, right? So DevOps tools make sure every interview will get the questions, right? So even in our project also we are taking interviews, right? So when we take interviews, so we are looking for, so we are having DevOps tools with cloud platforms. So currently at least two platforms required, cloud platforms. Along with that, DevOps tools required. Currently the trend has been changed. Earlier, 3 years before, 2 years before, if you know AWS, you can easily we can use to crack the interview easily, right? So currently the trend has been changed completely. So at least two platforms required, along with that DevOps tools required. That is why we designed this course like. So if you know AWS full course, if you learn AWS, there is no jobs outside. Again, they will ask you about Jenkins, Kubernetes, right? So whatever services required for a DevOps engineer, that we are going to cover in AWS, Azure, and GCP, right? Yeah. So in
Right.
last Friday,
sir.
I attend.
One more
Yeah,
doubt,
yeah. Go ahead.
sir. Our DevOps will learn. We'll get to know everything in DevOps, right? Like leaving those three cloud services.
Your voice is not clear. Can you come again slowly?
Sir, except for those three cloud services, you were saying that we will get 15 tools and all. Like
Yes.
Rest of the so we'll get pin to pin this right.
Yeah, fine, fine. So 15 services we are going to learn. If you want to explore yourself, I'll give you some channels. Okay, so you can go through that.
Uh,
Not
so
required
sir,
basic level.
not that sir. I'm actually asking like from Linux basis and all like down the chart we'll get everything. We'll get to know everything about those things, right? Like every tool and everything.
Yes, yes, yeah. So whatever services we are getting, we are learning here. We go deep dive.
Okay, okay.
So
Except for
Ram,
this cloud services, every tools and everything will be learning deeply. Okay.
Yes, yes, deep dive. So in AWS, 15 services are there. That services will go deep dive. Networking services, storage services, right? So auto scaling.
Not about those. You just cloud service completely. I'm asking about less like GitHub, Jenkins, and everything. These all
Yeah,
tools I am asking.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get to know everything about them, right?
Git will take 5 days, right? Git will go deep
Uh,
dive.
okay,
Jenkins will
okay.
take.
I'm asking like what on the topics will cover completely, and what are like basic things like that.
I'll share the content. Okay, don't worry. I'll
Okay,
share the content.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
so Ram, so certifications, right? So you are covering the all clouds and
Mhm.
also DevOps.
Yeah.
So at the end of this course, what do you want us to prefer for certifications? To sell our resumes in the market.
Yeah, yeah. So certification part I'll explain. Certification, at least one certification required, cloud certification. So that is also not mandatory. So in our project, no one has certifications. Okay. So certification is not mandatory. So if you have certification, it would be added advantage. Okay. I'll show you. End of this session, I'll show you certifications also. Fine.
But DevOps, do we have any certification in DevOps? So of course, cloud we have associate,
Mm.
professional.
Yes, yes.
I heard. Do we have any certification on DevOps?
Yeah, yeah. In DevOps also, if you are interested, you can write a Kubernetes certification, CKA, Kubernetes certification admin, certificate admin. So Kubernetes certified admin, CKA. Sorry,
Okay.
certified Kubernetes admin, CKA. You can write that. Ansible certification you can write. Terraform certification you can write if you are interested. So
So
that is
like
not
an
mandatory.
individual tool. It's an
Yeah,
individual tool certifications. Okay.
exactly,
There is no
exactly.
certification called DevOps, right?
DevOps directly there is no certification, right? So because
Okay.
actually we are learning this many tools, but in real-time projects we don't use all the tools. Only one or two tools only we use in real-time
Okay.
projects. So all the tools we will not use either Kubernetes, Docker, Terraform, Ansible. Along with that, Git and Jenkins. Some Git will be there, Jenkins will be there, like that, right? So one or two tools only we use in real-time projects. We don't use all the tools. So depending upon your
Got
project
it. Got it.
requirement, right?
Hello,
So how
sir.
many years that we can keep an experience after this training, Ram?
Yeah, yeah. So once we complete this course, we can showcase minimum 3 years experience. That level of training we provide you. So that level of knowledge you will get. Once complete this course, you can showcase minimum 3 years experience. So every real-time issues, real-time scenarios, real-time challenges, FAQs, everything will be covered here. Okay.
Okay. You will be help. You will be helping in if
Uh,
you wanted to go
One
for a
question.
certification, right?
So now when
Kubernetes
we
and
take these
Ansible.
projects related to Kubernetes, so Kubernetes and Docker will be linked, but in the live projects you have not mentioned. So how it will be taken?
Yeah, yeah. Correct, correct. Good question. Kubernetes required Docker. Without Docker, Kubernetes will not work, right? So Kubernetes required Docker. Docker also will be integrated with Kubernetes. So if you have Docker only, Kubernetes will not be there. If you have Kubernetes, Docker will be there.
Yes. So in the live project you will be explaining along with Kubernetes how the Docker configuration is being used and how we have to configure. Correct?
Exactly. Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, how much duration this course completed?
Yeah, it will take 3 months, 1 hour per day, Monday to Friday. Sometimes I'll take weekends also. it will take 3 months. So after 3
Yes,
months,
sir.
yeah,
Which
go ahead.
service you can cover in AWS, Azure, Google? Can you say?
We'll provide content, course content will provide you. Okay, we'll provide you course content. In that you can check.
Yeah.
Sir, do we also get the
Yeah.
For
Tomorrow session I'll
attending
show. Yeah, go ahead.
for attending interviews is required certification. Any of certifications is required.
Yeah, it is not mandatory. So certification is not mandatory because in our project we are 25 engineers. No one has certification. Very few guys. Okay, certification is not mandatory. So if you have certification, it would be added advantage. For example, 4 guys shortlisted for the position, right? So by the time they will check the extra things, any certification are there, any extra roles are there, they will check that. One position is there, 4 people are shortlisted. By the time only they will check, but not really required certification. So once you get into project, also you can write the certification.
So will you provide any proxy RAM for the certifications for the
Yes,
Kubernetes Terraform?
yes. We have Promotic Center. Definitely, will provide certification proxy.
And you
Sir,
will be
do we get
helping
the
in
recorded
preparing the
sessions of this
documentation, right?
training on a daily basis?
Yeah. So every day recordings will be provided.
And also preparing for
Ram,
this.
one more clarification. So now since it is December time, so most of the people will go on leave. So
Last week.
generally last week. So would there be any option like we can, I mean, for that 1 week we just hold the class and then continue? Because
You will
December
have
25th to 31st generally it would be like.
yeah. So if you miss any classes, you will have recording session, right? You can download recording session and you can go through because we cannot stop these sessions, right? So festival time definitely we can stop. Festival time we will be having holiday, but normally 1 week or 10 days we don't stop the sessions. Festivals we can.
So Ram, what is the hardware configuration that you wanted us to maintain in our systems to practice your exercises, Ram?
Yeah. So minimum configuration is enough. 4 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM and 500 GB hard drive. So i3 processor or i4, i5, it's fine. So because all the tools will be installed in cloud only, right? So we need to connect cloud and we can work on cloud. AWS is
Okay.
providing 1 year free tier account, right? In that we can create account. We can work on cloud only. In cloud, we can create servers. On top of that, we can integrate all the tools. Kubernetes, Terraform, Dockers, right? We can integrate all the tools.
Can you say how much percentage of cloud and cloud and DevOps will be covered in training?
Percentage, right? Yeah. So cloud and DevOps percentage covered. Okay, good question. So DevOps 85% to 90% we cover. 100% I cannot say because Kubernetes is having very good content, right? So in that we can cover most of the topics in real-time topics because Kubernetes itself it is a big content. So we can take 2 month sessions also for Kubernetes, right? So that is why 90% of the topics, all the topics will be covered in the sessions. So once you learn this, no need to worry about Kubernetes again. So everything will be covered here. And the cloud side, so whatever infrastructure services are there, those will be covered. So most of the services like compute services, storage services, networking services, auto scaling, security groups, firewalls, so whatever services are there, infra services, those will be covered. Fine. So Linux also will be covered.
So
These are the concepts.
Right.
Sorry, can you speak
so
louder,
we will
bit
be
louder?
Azure and Ram, Azure and GCP, right?
Yeah, Azure and GCP
Azure
also
and
will be
GCP
covered. Yes.
will be like AWS gave the free user and free user account, right? Do we have the same thing for Azure and GCP also? We will go and do the same
Yes.
exercise.
Yes. Freeware only. Free account we can use. Azure and GCP also providing free tier accounts.
Ram, one more thing now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ram, one clarification. Now to ensure like we are like DevOps engineer, so do we need to do AWS with DevOps certificate or AWS solution architect? Which one will have the more weightage just to ensure like we are expert in DevOps? Uh,
yeah. So at least one cloud certification is required, which can be associate level certification, right? So that is enough to you. DevOps not required basically. So DevOps certification. If you are interested, you can write Kubernetes. So not mandatory.
Kubernetes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So may
I heard there is one SFE certified
after this
something
training,
where
like this training will provide all the required things to take Kubernetes certification.
Yeah. We'll go deep dive Kubernetes. So we'll go deep dive. So Kubernetes, Terraform, Docker, Ansible. These four tools are very, very advanced tools, right? So every tool will go deep dive. Even Git, GitHub, Jenkins also will go deep dive. So whatever the topics we are discussing here, those are enough to you to crack the interview, to work on the real-time projects.
So I heard some SFE certified for from DevOps. I don't know any idea, Ram. So what is that? Yes.
SAP
Like
certified.
starting with SAP.
SAP not required actually here. So that is different one.
Okay.
So Ram, you mentioned as the Linux basics. So the basics of the Linux is enough, or you gonna teach us more about the Linux as well?
Yeah. So this Linux sessions will take 4 hours, 4 days. Okay. Those are enough to you. So in this, whatever topics we are covering, those are enough for DevOps engineer. So we are not Linux admins, right? Linux admins required Linux administration, but we are DevOps engineers. So whatever things required, those will be covered in Linux sessions. It will take 4 hours. That is enough to you. So nearly 40 to 50 commands will be covered. Each and every command we can execute and we can discuss. We'll go deep dive about that commands. So topics wise, Linux architecture, folder structure, origins, operating systems, right? So difference between Unix and Linux, file system architecture, basic commands, right? So changing permissions, user management, editors. So these are enough to you, right? So this will be covered. This will go deep dive.
Okay, thank you.
So the videos will be shared. What is the channel that you are going to share the videos
Yeah.
to WhatsApp or shared drive?
Yeah, every batch will have WhatsApp group. So currently, so 46, 45 batches are going on. 46, 45, 44 batches are going on currently. So every batch will have like this groups will be there. We create one group, right? So every batch will have minimum 30 to 40 members. See here, the count here. How many participants are there here? 40, right? So documents, meeting links, everything will be shared in the group only. So we don't share with individuals. Okay. So if any issues are there, any troubleshooting issues are there while working on lab sessions, you are practicing while practicing. If you have any issues, you can take the screenshot and you can post in the group like this. So see here, some people, yeah, see here. Just I'll show you here. Yeah. In this,
So any Google Drive that you are uploading to our accounts, Ram, these videos?
no. We don't provide in Google Drive. So you have to download every day. Every day recordings you have to download. So while practicing the tools or any lab sessions, so if you face any issues, you can take some screenshot like this and you can post in the group so that I give you solution, right?
There
So
is
like
no
this,
offline class, sir.
yeah. So this is evening 8 p.m., right? So there is no offline for this batch. Other batches, morning batches, we have offline, online also. But evening batch, so by 6 p.m. institute will be closed. That is why. So this is only online, sorry, not offline, online, right?
Ram?
Sir, one more last thing. What is the role of DevOps engineer? Like, do we have to maintain servers or just like show them?
Yeah. So DevOps in your role is not, this is not admin role. This is not development role. This is not testing role. So this is automation role, right? So we merge the code, we pull the code, we push the code, right? So this is different role. So this DevOps, everyone can learn. So non-IT guys can learn DevOps, and freshers can learn DevOps. Even though 18 years guys also, 18 years experience guys also switching their current role to DevOps role. One of my student is named Ravi Kishore in my last batch. So he switched from mainframe to DevOps, right? So once he completed the course, he got offer in HCL. He got very good package also, right? So non-IT guys also learning DevOps here in our batches. Once complete the course, they are easily cracking the interviews. They are able to cracking the interviews, right? So everyone can learn DevOps. There is no prerequisites here. So from scratch, we
Sir,
start the course.
there is
Yeah, go
no
ahead.
requirement for fresher, na sir.
So many requirements are there. I'll show you. Coming sessions, I'll show you. So many requirements are there. Freshers.
Sir, in our Institute of Harsha Training, we provide any interview scheduling in DevOps.
Yeah, we have one Telegram group. In that we post the job positions so that you can apply.
Yeah, I saw sir experience 3 year, 4 year, about 10 year.
Yeah. So I'll show you once you join into the, once we start that, once we start the batch. So definitely I'll show you. Don't worry. Okay.
And
Your name?
hello.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
So,
Go ahead.
yeah,
What
what
about
will
the
be the basic?
experience?
Yeah.
What about the
Go ahead.
experience one, Ram? So the person who has more than 15 years experience or something like that. So will we have how it would be?
What are the experience? Can you come again?
No. So if a person have more than 15 years experience, and
Mm-hmm.
also will that be okay to learn and also get onto the market with this course?
Yes. 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 So as I explained, one of the guy is having 18 years experience on mainframes. Okay. So once complete this course, once he learned this course, so he put the like last 4 years in his resume, he put the experience on DevOps. So previous experience he put on, like his previous experience he can showcase, right? So he added the previous experience in the resume. So last three,
Yes,
4 years you
sir.
can show your experience, and previous experience you can show your previous experience. So easily can crack. You will get very
Sir,
good.
what topics will you cover, sir? That's interviews asked in this topics questions in experience.
Yeah, I'll provide you. I'll provide you all the questions, FAQs, scenarios. I'll provide all the questions and all. So
I am from
topic wise, I'll provide you all the questions. Yeah, go ahead, please.
development track. Can I change my track to DevOps?
Yes, yes. Developers also can switch to DevOps. Testing people also can switch to DevOps, and admins also they can switch their current role to DevOps role.
I'm a senior Pega engineer.
Mhm.
Can I change my track to DevOps?
Yes, yes, yes. You can easily switch to DevOps.
How
What
about our
about
network engineer? Can he change as well?
Yeah, network engineers also they can switch because non-IT guys switching currently. So even network guys also can switch easily.
So,
Okay.
Ram, I was just disconnected and I did not heard your answer. So about I asked you right, more than 15 years experience. So will that be so after this course, right? Can we keep 3 years experience and now can we get on in the market?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So last 3 years, 4 years, you can showcase DevOps experience so that
Yeah.
you can get calls, right? Based on your overall experience, you will get the package, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay. And so you will be helpful in preparing the resume, right? So
Yeah,
how
yeah.
to keep and what to keep.
Fine, fine. Yeah, I'll show you that quickly. Next, see here. Support. What kind of support we provide? Daily recordings, FAQs, topic wise, frequently asked questions, supporting documents. Each and every document will share with you. One-to-one support also provide you. Sample projects also provide you. Resume support. I'll prepare your resume. I prepare your resume and technical support. If any issues are there, technical issues, I can provide technical support also, right? And also highlights of this course. See here, even non-IT guys, freshers, they can understand how to send emails, email communication, roles, responsibilities, stand-up calls, internal team meetings, release and purpose, KT sessions, working on day-to-day tasks. So all these things will be covered, right? So real-time projects will be covered end to end, right? So this course will take 3 months, not 2.5 months. 3 months it will take, right? So 100% job assistance. So job assistance means, so whatever assistance we can provide, right? So it is not job guarantee, job assistance, right? Yeah. Any questions, anyone?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah. As a fresher, will I get the good package in it?
Yeah, freshers currently, so minimum they are getting 4.5 lakh to 6 lakhs. So in our project, we recruited some freshers. We gave 5.5 lakh package.
Thank you.
In
If
experience, sir,
we if
after
we
2 year, 3 year.
Yeah, even experience also having very good packages. So one of my younger brother, he got opportunity in HCL recently, right? So he's having 3 years experience. He got 9.5 lakh.
if we entered as a fresher,
Mhm.
as the companies give any trainings on the DevOps, or else
Yeah.
directly they will give assign the projects.
How can they assign project directly? You're fresher, right? Freshers, how can they understand? So they will have some time. So they will give KTs, environments, right? They will assign one buddy to the person, right? So
KTs
they
will
will have,
assign for experienced people also, no?
yeah, everyone will get KTs, but freshers, they will not have knowledge, right? So even though they will not know, they don't know about servers and network switches, routers. So basic things also, they don't know, right? So that is
Yeah.
why they get very good KTs. Once
Hi,
they,
If
sir. Actually, I'm
yeah,
attending Angro Technology, sir. Last week interview in AWS DevOps. Sir. The interviews asked the experience level questions, sir.
can you mute? Can you mute? Can you mute everyone? Yeah. So questions, definitely you will get some questions. I'll explain. So I'll take some mock interviews also. I'll take some mock interviews also. Don't need to worry about. Okay. So as per your experience, if you are fresher or experienced person, as per your experience, you will get questions, right? So I'll take some mock interviews also. Don't worry about it. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll have some. We'll have AWS like cloud introduction tomorrow. So cloud introduction. So in our course, we don't directly go to the cloud. We don't directly go to the DevOps. First, we'll cover basic things. What is IP address? What is server? What is network? What is subnet? What is router? What is switch? What is gateways? First, we'll cover all these things, basics. Once complete these basics, then we'll move to slowly cloud, right? So tomorrow we'll discuss about cloud introduction. What is cloud? Advantage of cloud? What are the things available? We'll go and discuss about that. We'll go deep dive. Okay. So tomorrow also session will be started by 8 p.m. IST, sharp 8 p.m. Okay. So same link will work tomorrow also. You can join by 8 p.m. So we'll discuss about cloud introduction. Fine. Yeah. This recording will be sent to you. Can you provide your email address and phone number in the chat quickly? We'll share the video and documents, supporting documents, whatever things required. Right? Can you provide your email address and phone number here? in the chat? Yeah, we create one WhatsApp group. So once demos are completed, right, in that we'll share all the documents. So you will get individual. So for 3 days, you'll get individual. You can share your WhatsApp number and email address. Yeah, so you can take down my number. So I can give my number here. So if you need my number, you can take down. So my mobile number is 96422 This is my number, 96422 I pinged in the chat. You can take down. If you have any questions, you can post me through WhatsApp. You can call me. We can discuss. Right? So this is my number, 96422 Right? You can take down my number. You can call me, WhatsApp me, we'll discuss. Fine. And also one fast.
Sir, what is the best time to contact you personally, sir?
Yeah, you can call this after this session. You can call.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. And also fast tracks also will be available. Fast track. So within 1 month, maximum 5 weeks, we can complete the course. Okay, every day 2 hours, Monday to Saturday. So fast tracks also available. If you need any fast track, so you can contact me directly. So we'll discuss.
And
What
Ram,
was
what's
the
the
timings for fast
What's
track?
the
Yeah, I'll let you know. Timings. Okay, you can WhatsApp me and you can call me. We'll discuss.
So
sir,
are you
how
going
much
to
time
cover
to
all
take
the
sir
topics
fast
as
track?
well?
Sorry.
Are you going to cover all the topics in fast track as well?
Yes. So we'll be covered all the topics in fast track, but
Fast
2
tracks,
hours
how much they will cover, sir?
every topic, all the topics,
Yeah. I
all the
want to
topics.
say how much day you can take.
2 hours.
Yeah,
2 hours is it?
every day 2
2
hours,
hours.
Monday to Saturday.
And Ram, did you finalize the
Yes.
timing as well for the 2 hour session?
Yeah, I'll let you
Yeah.
know. So
Just
not yet decided. Already 2 days are there.
mm,
So not yet decided. So fast track, very limited persons only. Okay, because fast track. So while going fast track, so we have to go deep dive as well as bit faster, right? So you will understand. We go very deep dive, every tool, every concept. Okay. Yeah.
So I did
So you
not
can
get your contact number. Could you please tell me once again?
yeah 96422 I ping you again. The chat I pinged again, so you can take
All
down
right.
my number.
Got it. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, fine. So tomorrow we'll connect at same timing, 8 p.m. IST, and we'll discuss about cloud interaction. Fine. Yeah, we stop here for today. Fine. Thank you all.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Ram.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Ram, one more thing. Ram, one last question. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Please. Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Only this thing, fast track you said, right? Okay.
Yes.
I'll chat. Okay, I'll text you on WhatsApp.
Fine. Yeah.
Thanks, Ram. Bye bye.
Fine.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank you,
all.
Ram.